things are looking better. Better, better, better. Hey, what's up, interwebs? My name's David, and you are chilling with Schilling. Welcome, welcome. I apologize for not having a video last week, but some technical issues came up, and I could not record. First, my camera was being a little weird, and then the software that I use kind of expired and needed money to update, and that was money I didn't have. But here I am. We are back, and in a weird way, it's kind of good that I delayed because I got some pretty cool news and I want to share it. But before we do, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button down below. Hit that little bell icon, that little ding 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 bell icon thingy. Really helps me out, does really help with the algorithm. And I believe it's once I hit to 100 likes or 100 subscribers or something like that, I get my very own custom YouTube URL up there, which is kind of my next big goal, is to make sure that you can look up Chilling with Schilling on YouTube and have it come up right away. Let's get into it. How COVID has affected my mental health. Didn't start off as a big thing, actually, because lockdown was sort of my normal. I kind of had myself isolated from people before that. Friends really stopped talking to me and connecting with me and things prior to COVID and the lockdowns and everything. So it wasn't that difficult for me to just not change. So things started off fairly normal. In fact, it was a little bit of a relief because I felt like my life had been put on pause and put on hold for so long that I had fallen too far behind to catch up. And this was sort of a leveler of sorts. Everybody else was locked down and stuck at home and couldn't go anywhere, do anything, and I was sort of hoping for a little bit of empathy towards my struggles or challenges, but that never really came. It was just a lot of other issues and struggles and challenges that came about because of COVID. I was kind of hoping that people would come together and understand each other a little bit more, and that didn't happen, and unfortunately it really kind of snowballed things again. It's very easy to have a catastrophic mental failure when you have expectations behind anything that happens. I was expecting my friends and family and neighbors and everyone to kind of have a bit more understanding of what it's like to be trapped in your own head. No. And then I started work. I was working throughout the pandemic. I was an essential worker, so I was able to continue to go to work and things. So in a lot of ways, my challenges with COVID-19 through the first and second and even the third wave had been reversed. It's just interesting. And then things have flipped back again. And now that I'm no longer able to work, but everybody back is, it's back to the pick yourself up by the bootstraps mentality of everyone. And that's just not a realistic approach that some of us can take. Thank you, Michael. So the main focus of today's video is sort of 3 parts, and they kind of segue into each other. And I'm not talking about the funny YouTube videos where 2 people on those are like ride-along segways that crash and they explode and everybody laughs and has a good time. Again, this is going to be a little bit mental health related. It's going to be a lot of it mental health related. But the first part of that is sort of what I'm currently faced with. I'm going to focus specifically on what's going on inside my head. There's a lot of outside challenges that come with living with a mental illness or a disability of any kind. That's going to be a topic for another video. One where I can get a little bit more fancy with my video. I kind of want to put all the stops for that one. I want charts, I want graphs, I want pie charts, I want real pie, I want different other videos, I want picture in picture, I want articles, I want links, I want all that kind of stuff. And I'm not there yet with my YouTube videos, so I'm going to hold off on the outside struggles, the real world struggles of living with a mental illness. I'm going to stick to my head. I'm at a point in my healing and my mental health journey where I feel like I need to push myself, and my professional team disagrees. They think I'm pushing too hard still, especially in certain areas of my life, and want me to take things slow. Not to be afraid or ashamed of holding back and figuring things out. And I've turned away a lot of professionals because I felt like they were being a little condescending, maybe. Maybe I just don't truly understand the ability to progress in one aspect of life while still holding back in others. And regardless of what's going on in my head, I find that they might have been right. I mean, I am on my 4th therapist professional in 3 months, and they're all kind of saying the same things, so maybe it is me that's wrong. But that just opens a whole other can of worms and triggers and frustrations and challenges that come with that reality. So I'm feeling stuck because I don't know what to do. Logically, I understand what to do and what I should be pushing and everything like that, but with that lack of progression comes a search, for me at least, trying to get better. I'm trying really hard to figure things out and get myself back on track because I want to feel normal, healthy, better, however you want to describe it. I don't want to hate myself. It's really hard not to when you are conditioned to feel that way, to respond that way. It's not easy changing your core beliefs. I've gone through it once and I'm still going through it. So I'm digging and I'm looking and I'm thinking back to as far back as I can remember and thinking of all the ways I used to describe myself as a kid, as a teenager, as a young adult, as an adult, all of the above, how I describe myself. To be very honest, everything's pointing in a certain direction. With that direction comes a level of clarity that explains so much and will change my healing process, which might make things actually better. The problem I find with mental health or treating mental health is that you have to work backwards. You have to treat the immediate danger right away and then work your way back. The unfortunate issue with somebody in my situation who's not financially able to afford mental health care, because here in Canada and here in Ontario, mental health care is not considered health care. I can't go to just any professional and have things covered. To go to a professional costs a lot of money that most of us don't have. So we get treated until we are no longer at danger to ourselves, and that's where our treatment stops. We get future care with medication refills and check-ins with, in my case, my psychiatrist at CAMH. With a lot of people, it's a family doctor, emergency in many other cases, and that's it. We get left to a point where we maintain a level of safety, and that's it. We're not a danger to ourselves, so this is good enough. But there's no ability to get better. There's no ability to actually heal, to overcome a lot of the traumas that we need to actually become functioning members of society. But along the lines of searching for answers, So I reached out to my local MPP and I said, hey, look, this is my situation. This is where I am. And things aren't good enough. Try as I might, no matter what I do, the realities of the situation I'm in, just in terms of a healthcare and very little else, I can't get better. I can only get worse. And for somebody in my position, getting worse is not something we can think about because it gets out of hand very quickly. But she got back to me, said, hey, I'm out of town right now, just dealing with some stuff, but give me your email, your phone number, and my team will be in contact with you and we'll try to move forwards from there. So I was like, okay, cool, no problem, whatever. It's not really going to happen, but yeah, it happened. Had a good 40-minute conversation with these two women, these two members of my MPP's team, and they were amazing. The one spoke to me about the realities of where we are now with just legislation and what things legally can and can't be done, and the other one spoke to me about what we can do moving forwards, how we can reach people. So naturally, being the loudmouth that I am, I told them about what I do. I told them about my book, Surviving Suicide. Get that on Amazon, links down below. I told them about my Instagram page, and I told them about the mental health series that I'm doing. And I also mentioned some of the things that I want to do in the future, including the progression of this, my YouTube channel. So we'll see. But I got some big plans, and I don't want to push anything. I don't want to, again, get too excited and get expectations up too high, but I might get some help doing what I want to do. And I might be able to help make a real change and start this community and work its way out. And by this community, I mean you, I mean us. Together, we can make a difference. So I am going to sign off on a bit of a serious note here. Reach out. I want to hear your story. I want to add your voice to mine. Because Chilling with Schilling isn't supposed to be me sitting here talking to you guys for 15 minutes, 10-minute videos. Chilling with Schilling is supposed to be a podcast where I can talk with other people so that other people can share their stories. So guys, again, help me make this channel grow. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and don't forget, tell your friends.